everyone. Harry, everyone. He hasn't been in a video for the last little bit, so you thought you'd come say hi, hey? He's by far my most gentlest cat. I feel like now I'm just covered in cat hair. Okay, let's talk about progress. How do we know we're progressing in our healing from neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns? And in today's video, I'm going to talk about 7 indications that you are healing. So, let's get into it. I don't know if you can hear the background noise right now, but my kids are currently upstairs preparing to go to daycare and school. So it's a little bit chaotic. If you've ever tried to get a 3 and a 5-year-old out the door in the morning, it's kind of chaos. There's crying, things are being thrown, refusing to put on jackets. So luckily, I'm here with all of you, and unfortunately my partner is upstairs dealing with this right now, which is very nice of her. So let's talk about progress and how we know we're progressing in our healing from neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns. This can be tricky because the one thing that everyone tracks, that everyone stays hyper-focused on as they're on a mind-body journey is, has my pain or has my symptoms reduced? That's the thing they want to know. Have my pain or symptoms reduced? And I get it. Long term, we want the pain or symptoms to become eliminated. But in the short run, it's not such a useful thing to track. Sometimes you're going to be ahead and the pain or symptoms is going to be reducing. And other times, you're going to have a flare or an extinction burst. And all of a sudden, you're just going to have this spike of pain or symptoms take place. So we don't want to be too hyper-focused on the pain and symptom all the time. And so today, I'm going to talk about 7 indications that you are healing from neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns, and not one of them has to do with what your pain or symptoms are doing. So let's get into the list. Number 1, you're more focused on your emotional state than your pain or symptoms. When I think of when I was first recovering, right after I read one of Sarno's books, I read Dr. Schubiner's book, a huge change, a huge indicator that I was healing was that all of a sudden I was more focused on my emotional state, on feeling my emotions in the body, on expressing them to other people, on releasing them and moving through them. I was more focused on that than trying to make my pain or symptoms go away. And for a lot of people, this is a great indication that you are healing. It's like Sarno talked about. We want to focus psychologically and not physically. And this will help you heal. I think early on when I'm working with people, this is something that I'm looking out for and that can indicate that you're moving in the right direction. So this is indication number 1 that you are healing. Number 2, your nervous system is becoming more regulated and you're spending less time in fight, flight, or shutdown. Now, a regulated nervous system is a flexible one. All 3 states of our nervous system we're going to go into, whether it's safety and connection, fight or flight, or shutdown. We're going to go through these throughout our day. But a regulated nervous system is more flexible. It can shift between states. And so early on when I was healing, an indicator that I was on the right track, that I was moving forward in my healing, is I noticed my nervous system becoming more regulated. I wasn't lost in anxiety mode or despair mode for days on end. I was able to use the strategies I was learning to shift to more a safe and connected state. Now, it's not going to be perfect. We're all going to have off days. Even I have off days. But this can be a good sign that you're moving in the right direction. Number 3, the emotional response to the pain or symptom is starting to change. And you are less fearful, frustrated, in despair, annoyed, or irritated by it. Early on when we're healing, it's rare that our pain or symptom changes right away. But one thing that we can work towards, and that's really important for our healing, is that the emotional response starts to change. And this is a huge indication that you're starting to heal. When I think back to the beginning of my journey, one thing that I noticed that changed right away is I was way less fearful or in despair when the pain was there. And so when I'm first working with people, this is what I'm watching out for. Of course, I don't want someone to be in pain or have chronic symptoms, but I don't care early on so much what the pain or symptom is doing. I care more that the emotional response starts to change. Number 4, you're believing more and more that you are going to heal. Early on, when we're starting a mind-body journey, we doubt that our concerns are a mind-body issue, and we can have a lot of doubts that this process will actually work for us. But a good indication that you're progressing in your healing is that you're starting to believe that you will heal using this approach. Again, we're not going to force this along, but that's why I have lots of videos about my own healing on this channel. And that's why there's lots of success stories out there, because it increases our belief that we will heal. When the brain expects to heal, the brain will start to heal. That sounded pretty good. I didn't actually plan on saying that, but that's a good slogan. When the brain expects to heal, the brain will start to heal. And it's very true. So a good indication that you're moving in the right direction and you're starting to heal is that you're believing more and more that you're actually going to heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. I keep losing count on what number I'm on. You think I would have numbered these? But now I'm like counting every time. Okay, we're on 5. Number 5, you're starting to move your body again in ways that you used to fear. When I was in chronic pain, I avoided all sorts of movements and positions. Every time I had to sit down, I was just on edge and paranoid. Or every time I had to walk, I would just be so freaked out about it. And so a good indication that I was healing early on is I was all of a sudden starting to move my body again, and there was way less fear. And that resulted in, my world widening of what I could do. Because then all of a sudden I was walking, and then eventually I was working out. And so don't track so much if you're in pain or not. Track the fact that you're able to move your body more with less fear or frustration behind it. Because this is a great sign that you're healing. Number 6, you're starting to become interested in making plans with friends or family, engaging in hobbies, or engaging in work or school. As we're healing, the focus shifts from our pain and symptoms to our life again. Our life starts to widen. This indicates that we're starting to transform, that we're starting to not be so hyper-focused on our pain and symptoms anymore, and we're actually focused on living life and enjoying it. And so a great way to track if you're progressing is you're starting to be interested in other things besides your pain or symptoms. I feel like every second Instagram post is that one of the best medicines is living life. But, I'm poking fun at it, but there's a lot of truth to that. It is like one of the best ways we can start to heal is actually starting to live our life again. And so really see if you're starting to make progress in your life and if your life's starting to widen, because this is a sign that you are moving forward. And finally, number 7, you're starting to set boundaries and move towards what you authentically want in life. When we're perfectionists or people pleasers, we struggle setting boundaries. We struggle actually moving towards what we authentically want. And reducing people pleasing or perfectionism or excessive conscientiousness are great signs that you're moving towards your healing. So if you're starting to set boundaries with people, like I remember early on, with some friends I was struggling with, setting firm boundaries about what I was willing to help them out with and what I wasn't. Even setting boundaries with family members. This is an indication that you're starting to move towards what you authentically want in your life. And by doing this, we lower our alert level This creates safety in our nervous system, actually living life the way that we want to. So watch for this, because a great indication that you're starting to heal long before the pain or symptoms start to change is that you're starting to set boundaries and you're starting to move towards what you authentically want. So I hope this list of 7 indications you are healing has been helpful for you all. Spend a little time today tracking like how you've been progressing. And again, not tracking the pain, don't focus on what the pain or symptoms are doing. But on this list that I covered, notice if you're making progress in any of these areas, because that's a good indication that you are on the right track and you are healing. So please put your questions or comments down below, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.